Hi Megan, it's Wednesday, and I think it's so funny that you were so tired in your video because you were just getting up, and I'm exhausted right now because this is kind of the end of my day, and I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and now it's at 6 o'clock I start to get really exhausted and sleepy, and it makes me feel old. You know, I really enjoyed what you said, and it always feels good to hear someone kind of has the same thing, you know, about binges and feeling that same self-consciousness in public. When you said that thing about, you know, always thinking about, okay, where am I going to go eat, and what am I going to eat, and, you know, how big are the booths, and yes, I mean, that resonated with me because I do the same thing. You know, I kind of mentioned lightly a couple weeks ago about my Weight Watchers issues, and I lost over 100 pounds on Weight Watchers about 10 years ago and gained most of it back. But it taught me how to eat food, but for someone that's already food obsessed, it taught me how to become more obsessed about points and about just so much more, and fat and fiber, and it kind of turns in my head. And, you know, my husband said to me at one point, because I go back every so often and I get back in that cycle, he's like, you know, I appreciate that you want to be healthy and I want you to be healthy, but it makes you mentally unhealthy. Light bulb, hello. And so I know that Weight Watchers is definitely a trigger for me because, you know, even though I was the thinnest that I've ever been in my life when I did Weight Watchers, I was also probably the most mentally sick, and I starved myself. I, you know, did what it took to get the good weigh in, and I would binge. I would starve and then binge and starve and then binge, and that was just not, my hair was falling out. It was awful. And so the obsession about, you know, where am I going to eat, and then what am I going to have, and, you know, how many points is it, and, you know, just the thoughts. The racing thoughts are probably one of the hardest things for me about dealing with this, is that I can't quiet the thoughts sometimes. I can't stop it, and it's almost like I have to satisfy it because it's the sick part of who I am. And the scarier thing is, my husband and I have started watching the show Dexter. I don't know if you've seen it, but OMG, you have to see it. He goes to a 12-step program meeting under the guise of being there for another addiction, but really, you know, he's a serial killer. And, you know, but the way he talked about his addiction to killing people, it rang true to me with how I feel about my addiction to food and binging, and, you know, how I feel like I have to be this person that I'm not on the outside so that people don't see the monster that is inside. I don't do it all the time, but I do it more than I should. And that's why I'm really loving doing this project with you, because, you know, it helps me kind of take the mask off and, you know, share the stuff that I don't always want to share, because you get it. And I love you. And I will see you on Friday. Hope you're having a great week, and take care.